Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gina, and today I'm just doing a quick haul for what I actually got this week. So I'll be showing things that came out Wednesday. Um, today's this will go live on Sunday, so it's a few days after Comic Book Day. So I'm just showing all the comics that I picked up during the week. Not all of these are actually came out this week. Some of these came out weeks ago. Some of these came out years ago. But I definitely got a few things that came out this week. Um, so I just wanted to share what I got and what I hopefully will find interesting. So let's start with what was my pulls for the week. So I was going to the comic book shop, my local comic book shop, regardless this week because I had two pickups. As in, no, only had one. I had one pickup. Um, so one thing that I had already had pulled, and they were just holding for me, and that was Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant, issue number 3. So this is it. The last time I read issue number 2, I had I think it was mixed opinions about it, but I'm hoping issue number 3 will turn it around, and we'll just see how it goes from there. So this was the one thing that I actually had to pick up. Everything else that I got completely optional. I just added on to it. So on that Wednesday, I also picked up 3 things. So what did come out is Batwoman issue number 2. Here is the cover that I selected. And here is the typical inner, I guess the variant like cover issue A, but this is the variant that I wanted to get. They also only had 2 options there. I think the rest of them were already sold out by the time I got there. So issue 1 of this series I also had mixed opinions about, but after talking with the owner of the comic book shop, he was saying it really was kind of doing a backstory, and that maybe this issue will actually start the storyline instead of just doing a recap kind of thing. So we'll see if I like this one. If I do like this issue, then I will add it to my pull list. If not, I won't. But we'll see. We'll see. But the storyline's by Greg Rucka, so I have high hopes because I enjoy his writing, but alas, we'll see. And then I picked up Rev of Venom. This is issue 1. I thought this cover looked really cool. Normally, I don't really go for Spider-Man or even really Venom that much. I don't I've watched movies and things like that. Probably read a couple of comics years ago, but they weren't really my thing. But not I enjoy Spider-Man, but I wouldn't be gravitating towards him, and I guess that's why I haven't bought any Spider-Man stuff till this week where I got Rev of Venom, which is still technically not Spider-Man. I got Venom, so we'll see how this goes. I hope it's interesting. I heard good things about it from the comic shop owner, so maybe this will be good. Anyways, so I got that, and then I was digging through back issues, which I do every so often, and I came across a Wonder Woman issue 800. So this was a while ago. I think this was actually released a couple years ago, and I think Tom King was also involved in this one, but I figured big 800. I wanted to see at least what this single issue was about because they didn't have $7.99. But they did have 800, so I was like, okay, I like the cover. I do enjoy Wonder Woman a lot. Used to be my favorite superhero. Um, but alas, we'll see if this is good. Probably, they'll probably be good. And that's all that I picked up that Wednesday. Um, so comic book day, I only got 4 things. 2 of those things were things that actually came out that week. Moving on to Thursday, I believe, I went to another comic book shop in Manhattan. So this came out that Wednesday. It's Wonder Woman issue number 32. This is the All In series. Tom King is writing it. This was surprisingly not at my local comic book shop, so that's why I went out the next day to go grab it from another comic book shop. But yeah, so I picked it up and I read 29, 30, and 31. And for the most part, it felt kind of mid. Not as like a little above. It was like 3.5, 4, but not quite 4. So maybe 3.75 so far. But I think it was starting to pick up when I got to issue 31. So we shall see how this one goes. I'm anticipating good things about it. Yeah, so this came out and I got that. And then I went and did some digging through their back issues and I got Cheetah, yeah, Cheetah and Cheshire robbed the Justice League. This is issues 3, 4, and 5. I actually got 1, 1 and 2 a few weeks ago. They're already in plastic wrap, so I'm gonna try to get it so you don't see like the shine on it. Yeah, actually, this highly anticipated. Of course, after I bought these at $4.50 each, I looked it up and realized that they're coming out with a collected volume of this series. So I'm just like, of course. But there's only 6 that are out, so I just need to find issue 6, and I won't feel so bad about it. But this was surprisingly good. I read issue 1 and I was like, wow, okay, must have the rest of the issues. It was like 4.5 for me. So this was like very surprisingly good. And I think it's because you don't really get that many storylines from, I mean, now they're picking up villains, but not as much as as I would like. I like villains. But yeah, I got issues 3, 4, and 5. And then I also got DC KO All Fight Month, Wonder Woman versus Lobo. This is the cover I went with. They had one other cover there, and I didn't want that one. Of course, there was like several variants when this came out, but like I said, I got a back issue, so I don't remember exactly when this one actually came out, but it's been a while. Okay, I never got around to reading this one. I read DCKO Harley Quinn versus Zatanna, or is it Zatanna versus Harley Quinn? Those two. I read that one, but I want to read this, and this cover looks amazing. So, also highly anticipating this to be really good. I already know who wins, but it's fine. I want to see how that person wins. Yeah. And then while I was standing in the checkout line, I saw Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, the DC Compact Comics, and in it is a certificate of signature of authenticity. Tom King had went by and signed them. There was an actual signing there like a week or so ago, I think, at this comic shop, but I was at work, so I couldn't go. But that's okay because I wouldn't have had it written out to me anyways. Just would have been really cool to have met Tom King, but it wouldn't have been personalized. Like I would have wanted just a plain signature, which is what I got. And this was only like $2 more or $2 to $3 more than how much it would cost if I would have just bought this by itself. And I think you're paying partially for the signature and for the wrapping. So good deal. Good deal. Um, this was only like $13 in the end, so it wasn't that bad. And speaking of Supergirl, today, which is Saturday, Supergirl Superman Day. I didn't find out until today, but better late than never, right? So they were doing free comics, um, and then they were showing like they were reprinting some of the other issues, some old issues, some new issues, that kind of thing. So for the free one, I got Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which is the series, but this is issue 1. But I liked the cover, so that's why I went ahead and got it. Plus, it was free, so it's not like I was paying extra for it. They had a few other ones, but I didn't quite. One of them was geared more towards children. Another one, I just didn't quite like the art style completely, so I went with this. If you wanted a foiled edition of this one, you would have to pay for that, but just the general one was free. So I got this. And then what I paid for was Action Comics. This one, this particular issue that they reprinted for us, is the first introduction to Supergirl. Only reason why I got it because I want to actually read like the when she first gets introduced and see how she was then compared to now. And yeah, so very fun, very fun. And that's all that I got, which was kind of a lot over a span of days. But alas, oh, I'm about to drop it all. Okay. Things that I got. And yeah, did I spend some money? Yes. Yes, I did. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. I got a Funko Pop of Zatanna. Um, here she is. Oh, here she is. Zatanna. Or Zatanna? I keep calling her Zatanna, but I heard Zatanna sometimes. But there are even like, I don't know if it'll focus on it, but there's like stars in her little magic that's happening. But yeah, pick this up at the comic book shop as well. And that is all that I got. With that being said, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, bye.